welcome to the 2013 DragonCon Parade, about to start here on this very set of streets. And by streets, I mean Peachtree and other streets that we're not covering. So we'll just talk about what's happening on Peachtree. My name is Brian. I am here with Ryan.
Hi, Brian. How are you this morning?
Hey, Ryan. We got some symmetry and rhyming going on. That's kind of awesome. So welcome back to the parade. We've got our camera out in the street. We got a camera up on a pile of sticks. They apparently call a tripod in the business.
Tripod.
I'd like to see how that works out with that tripod.
It's a Martian H.G. Wells thing, I think,
Yeah,
right?
we could also go with a British series of tripods. Neither of those, I think, are featured in the parade. According to my documented rundown, we're so old school. This is paper. Digital production, paper rundown.
Paper.
Hopefully it's accurate. If it's been updated in the past 15 minutes, this could be interesting. So what we're going to do is, with the cooperation of our local authorities and the thousands, can I say thousands? Is that an accurate number, Ryan?
It is more than scores, that's for sure.
More than scores. 40,000 scores? No, wait, that's not quite right. I can't do math. It's early on Saturday. Many people.
I think that's 8 scores, what that is.
Sure.
This looks like
I'll go with
8
that.
score.
Anyway, it is thousands of people. By the way, this parade is so large that we actually did have to change the permitting laws in Atlanta at least once to allow it. It is the largest parade in Atlanta, Ryan.
That's awesome.
That is very awesome.
A lot of people love it. There's con goers lining up for it. There's people who aren't busy here for the con here to see it.
And one thing that we do have to remember here, sunshine. It is the enemy of the normal con goer, but today it is our benefit. It beautifully lights all of the things in front of us so our cameras can capture the wonder of the parade. Ryan, you've done the parade with me for many years. What are you looking forward to this time?
You know, I love, I'm a comic book nerd, so I love the comic book characters.
So many.
To me, the more obscure, especially Marvel characters, the more obscure the costume is, the better.
This is why I brought you along, because if it's not in the Avengers movie, I don't know. I don't have a lot of free time. I'm too busy making video to read comics. Unfortunately, I hear comics are great things. And I am looking forward to, once again, the Parade of Stormtroopers, because in my youth, Star Wars filled my dreams, my bedroom, and a lot of my bookshelf with very small plastic figures and choking hazards until lawyers were invented sometime in the late 80s, and they recalled my Boba Fett.
And a lot less of those little blaster guns.
Oh, those little blaster guns. I actually have a big G.I. Joe fan as well from the 80s. I have what I refer to as the UN force of G.I. Joes, where I lost all of the guns.
Oh.
So they're pretty much a peacekeeping mission at that point.
Right, so it's like the re-edited E.T.
Yes, exactly. But I didn't even have the radios. They didn't come out until the later 80s.
Right.
So, yeah, I had to pair up a lot of random weapons. And there's some Barbies now that are very well armed because all of my stuff got given away to Goodwill.
The Barbie Guerrilla Force.
Yeah, it's really bad at all.
Guerrilla Force
I think
Barbie.
they painted all the Uzis pink.
Right.
And recreated some Bloom County cartoons. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I'm that old. I remember Bloom County when it was in papers. All right, so what else are we looking forward to in the parade, which, by the way, is about to begin on this very Peachtree Street?
Who are some of our celebrity?
I'm going to give you some spoilers because I am a Doctor Who fan, and that's not supposed to happen, but I can do it today. We have Magical Creatures, Adventure Time, Airbender, Silk Roads, which is Asian, apparently. Captain Planet's going to make an appearance in this hot, hot sun. I hope he does something about the weather today. We've also got a lot of Disney characters, which may or may not include Star Wars, and the Ghostbusters. Plus, our favorite horror characters come out in the stark light of day, which is a rare appearance for them, let me tell you. All right, we're going to turn our attention to the front of the parade. Again, coming down Peachtree Street with our honor guard, and Piper will fill out details on them in a moment. But as you can see from our shot, man, that's a lot of people.
It is.
And it's more than just the attendees of DragonCon. Since it is a public event, the citizens of Atlanta, without buying passes for DragonCon, get to experience the splendor and hopefully become DragonCon fans in 2014. We hope you come fill up our hotels and stand in lines with our good friends.
Some of these guests have been waiting on the streets for hours, trying to make sure they have a good spot for the parade.
Yeah?
We
coordinate with many federal and local officials to do this, so thanks for everybody who pitched in to plan this parade. And that includes the volunteer staff of DragonCon, which numbers close to 1,900. I repeat, 1,900 volunteers, some of whom are marching in today's parade.
So that's 12 score, I think.
Sure, I'm going to go with that. Coming up first, Atlanta Police Department. That is not a costume. That's a real cop. His weapon is not peace bonded. So, Ryan, go ahead and take us with our opening of the parade.
So, leading the parade on the bagpipes is author and artist Janny Wirtz, author of Wars of Light and Shadow, also an artist in her own right.
And appeared, by the way, in the very first DragonCon parade as the Piper, a duty she has not surrendered in the many years of parading.
Piping every single parade.
Every single parade.
That is fantastic.
Coming up next, the Banner and Dragons. We feel it fitting that our DragonCon banner be followed by an actual, ladies and gentlemen, dragon costume.
Of course,
He must be very warm in there.
The United States Colonial Marines. All of them, 6 more weeks and out, but now they're
it's an official international color guard, apparently. Find the Canadian flag.
There's a Japanese flag and a Canadian flag, and it looks like a Scottish flag.
I love the alien costumes. If you see these guys from the Colonial Marines, check out their weapons. The detail on them is incredible. They've spent a lot of time recreating the control panels on these things as well. Coming up next, everything DragonCon. So many categories, you possibly can't capture it all, which is why we have the Everything DragonCon category.
Speaking of Barbie and pink guns, we've got the Barbie in a pink car. The Men in Black keeping us safe from the aliens.
I don't remember them in the parade last year.
No, I don't remember them either. It was weird.
It's kind of weird. You would have thought they would have shown up. I don't remember that happening at all. Did we do a parade last year?
What's a parade?
Good question. I think the Six Flags guy is back.
Excellent.
He's got his little tiny cycle.
Yes, yes.
Very tiny cycle.
So the Men in Black, I know there's J and K and Z.
Yeah. So Elemento P, QRS, TUV. Wait, no, that's the alphabet song.
Right. I would hate to be the guy with the unfortunate moniker of P.
Yeah. Now, Q apparently only works for the British Secret Service.
But he has all of the best guns.
He does, actually. I wonder if there's a relation between the MIB having cool weapons and 007 having cool weapons. Do you think that's canon?
Q is clearly the connecting
I mean, that was
factor.
a canon, but do you think that's actually canon? Oh, look at this.
The Blues Brothers. Oh, this is great. Cop wheels, cop tires, cop shocks, cop engine.
Do you think it's wise for them to show up in front of so many Atlanta Police Department members? I think they may be violating their parole. Indiana Jones, and we forgot about the 4th movie.
There was a 4th movie?
The MIB fixed that.
MIB fixed the 4th movie for us.
Oh, look at all the magical creatures. I'm not sure if this is actually magical creatures or not. I think we're still into the Everything DragonCon.
It looks like
it. Tron.
We've got some Tron characters.
An analog Tron costume. Huh, how'd you do that?
It's amazing. The Rocketeer making an appearance.
Oh, very nice.
The Rock-a-Who.
And Iron Man fell asleep, ladies and gentlemen, in the wagon. Iron Man is taking himself a little nap. Oh, isn't that so sad?
Elf, I know him. I know him.
You know that guy. A little alternate history with our revision of how the Revolutionary War actually happened.
Now, I'm curious if our juggling Waldo, if he's going to make it under the Baker Street sign.
Is he going to make it under the sign? Is he going to make it under the sign? He's cleared it. If you are a motorcycle juggling Waldo or a unicycle juggling Waldo, ladies and gentlemen, always know your height clearance before going under bridges.
That's an important safety tip.
I believe we are now into the Girls of DragonCon.
Yeah, here they come, Girls of DragonCon.
And those don't look like girls, that looks like Daft Punk.
Yes, Daft Punk. If it gets too hot in here, they will in fact de-res.
Will they?
Yes.
Are they here all night?
They're here to get lucky.
Are they going to be up all night? Will they be up all night? If they stay up all night, will they get lucky?
I think so.
You know what I want to hear? William Shatner doing Daft Punk.
Oh, that would be fantastic.
Up all night. That would be great.
I think you just did it, though.
I'm up all night to get lucky, Spock. The Sith making a rare daytime appearance.
Sith cheerleaders. That's, you know, they could probably use some better PR, so.
Yes, probably. She's got her eye on you, Ryan.
Yes. A friend of mine I know.
Darth Vader?
Darth Vader.
One of many we will see today.
Yes, yes.
All right, so we couldn't get the guy from Arrow, so we actually got Arrow.
Arrow.
How do you peace bond a bow? Do you just take the string off? Is that how that works?
And normally when you peace bond, you add a string to something.
Oh, that's a good point. So you would add 2 strings? Or I don't know how that works.
Maybe it just can't be done.
Okay, the Fruit of the Loom guys apparently reminding kilt wearers that perhaps you should be wearing underwear.
That's a good, important safety tip.
Where do they fall into this? Are they in the Kaleidoscope or magical creatures? I think the Fruit of the Loom people are magical creatures because they just randomly make underwear.
Anthropomorphic fruit.
Also magical and kind of amazing. And now I'm hungry. Thanks, Ryan.
Now I wish I was wearing underwear.
Well, that's 4 servings of vegetable. Where am I going to find a giant carrot this time of day? Apparently people are not wearing underwear. It's gone sideways already.
That didn't take long.
No, it didn't.
That didn't take long.
Check out the armor on that one. Feed the dragon. Oh, there's a baby dragon. Do you know where your dragon is, Daenerys? Because I think it's in a small cage.
The mother of dragons. I think now we're into the Kaleidoscope group.
Oh, yes, that does look kaleidoscopy. Somewhere in the Kaleidoscope part, I think we're going to see Jason David Frank. I think that probably wasn't him, so he's going to be coming up pretty soon.
There he is. He's coming up in the
Ladies and gentlemen, the Green Power Ranger, and also I think 14 other colors of the rainbow in every iteration.
Now,
Jason
the Green Power
David
Ranger
Frank.
did become the White Power Ranger at one point.
I can't keep up. I went to research. I went to research Jason David Frank. I got stuck on Wikipedia for like an hour looking up all the Power Rangers history. By the way, people make fun of him for being in the Power Rangers because like, oh, look, you're doing fake martial arts. He has a 7th degree black belt.
Yes, he is a real mixed martial artist.
He started martial arts when he was 4.
He is the real deal.
All right, it's TARDIS Blue. It travels in time. Why does the Doctor need wheels?
Well, the amazing thing is that that vehicle will fit a lot of passengers.
It actually, you know, I think the Honda Element is actually a TARDIS. They are very roomy on the inside.
Much larger on the inside.
But wouldn't the Doctor be driving something made by the British?
Yeah, you would think.
Rolls-Royce?
I think.
No, he wouldn't roll that fancy. I'm thinking a
Land Rover, maybe?
Time Rover.
Time Rover, yes.
A time and space rover. Yeah, you could change the relative with Rover, and you could sell a nice British vehicle. If you are working for Rover, I would like royalties on that. Thank you very much.
That was our idea.
That means that we are into the British section of the program. I will now do the remainder of this holding my pinky out on the microphone as Ryan talks about the British sci-fi track.
Well, the parade will be on the other side of the road as they come by, as it is.
I think they're why we turned the parade in the opposite direction this year.
Right, that because of the Brit track.
They can make a left turn on red.
So we clearly have Doctors 1 through 75 at this point,
really?
Which is fantastic. There's several 4s.
There's Doctor. Doctor, good to meet you, Doctor.
Doctor.
Good to meet you.
Doctor.
All right.
Doctor.
And this float brought to you by Dodge Trucks. Smart pedestrians, Dodge Trucks.
Again, the Brit track, American vehicle. The interior of the TARDIS coming by right now.
It's the Forgotten Doctor. I barely remembered him. Where's Paul McGann in this thing? I need Paul McGann totally underrepresented again by the British sci-fi track. Someone needs to fix. Oh, there he goes, and he's off.
Excellent.
That's how long exactly he was on television.
That's right.
The amount of time it took that guy dressed like Paul McGann to run by. A couple Jack Harknesses making friends with more Jack Harknesses. Is that a poodle, Ryan? I didn't see a poodle, but here they're fantastic.
Oh, I'm with you now. So, with time travel, could Jack Harkness date Jack Harkness?
Oh, let's not write fanfic this early in the morning. Let's move on to the next part. This looks a little elvish to me. Nope, it's just what?
I think this is bringing up the end of our.
They turned an actual dog into K9.
Yeah, K9 there. That's adorable.
K9 is cosplaying as K9.
That's adorable.
That's sort of meta.
And one of the snowmen. He's not going to last long in the Atlanta sun.
That's why he's walking so fast. He's like, I must get back to my air-conditioned room. Don't blink, Ryan. Don't blink. Don't blink. Don't blink.
One of the Silents is here as well.
Where? Who? What are you talking about?
Hey, one of the Silents is here as well.
I'm sorry. Did you say something?
One of the Silents is here as well.
Huh. That sounds familiar. Did you say that before? A couple of femme doctors. Very nice.
Very nice. The Brigadier making an appearance.
Okay. Oh, wait. Here we go.
They have a sign.
They have a sign.
That'll help me.
It's the Twit of the Year, ladies and gentlemen.
Twit of the Year. Oh, yes.
We're into the Kaleidoscope track. Look at that. It's adventure time.
Yay.
Adventure time. And this is the adventure of standing in the Atlanta heat, which we have yet to conquer. And more Power Rangers. You can see a rainbow. You can see a rainbow. All right, here's my problem with Power Rangers. Great martial arts skills. Horrible stealth capabilities. You can't sneak up on anybody in a Power Rangers costume.
It is. They're very bright and shiny. They're bright and shiny. The Mach 5 coming up.
He's going kind of slow. Can he even go that slow in first gear?
I would love it if he could pop those giant saw blades out of the front of that thing.
I want to see the monkey come out of the trunk on the Mach 5. Why is there not a monkey in the trunk? Oh, wheelie bot, look at that!
Wheelie bot.
Elon Musk was wrong. The Hyperloop is not the wave of transportation. Whatever the heck that was is. Here it comes again, Robot Costume Studio.
Robot Costume. That is amazing.
He's gone.
I'm not gonna lie, I want one.
So this is kind of meta. Our cameraman on the street is being photographed by a guy in one of the parade cars. And now we're on to the Atlanta Pirate and Wenches Guild. Ryan, have you seen my wallet?
No, I haven't.
It was here a moment ago.
I had a treasure chest here as well, and it's gone.
Didn't that robot used to have more wheels? Did the pirates take them?
I thought so.
Wait, hang on.
They took his hubcap.
Sneak it up on him, kind of. Watch out behind you, robot. Watch out behind you.
Pirate, behind you, robot.
I hope your wallet.
Run,
I hope your wallet's in your front pocket.
Iron Man will
mixed in with the pirates for some reason. I hope Iron Man wears Under Armour, under his armor.
That would be a natural fit, really.
And a great sponsorship.
Now the Atlanta Pirates Guild have their own ship here in the.
I don't think it's theirs.
No, they took it from someone else.
I think those are Tennessee license plates. Huh?
How far inland are we at the moment?
Yeah, that's a good point. Well, it has been raining a lot here.
Ah, that'll do it. I'll do it.
So many anime costumes, so little Wikipedia. I'm not going to be able to tell you who these people are.
There's yellow and blue, also red.
So, yeah. Konnichiwa. Konnichiwa.
Anime is one of the amazing fandoms represented here, though.
I love me some anime, but I've only been able to watch a couple of shows. People want me to cosplay Vash the Stampede because of the blonde hair. I'm not wearing that coat in this heat. I'm sorry. I'll only make so many sacrifices for this convention.
You'd have to stay inside of the air conditioning.
A cart full of cabbages.
Cabbage is one of the most refreshing snacks you could have in the Atlanta heat, I believe.
Hey, and the waterbenders, by the way, have kept the rain away. I appreciate that so much.
Thank you, waterbenders. Nicely turned cartwheel. The Russian judges gave it an 8.
Send all of the rain to San Diego next July. Oh, I hear music. You know what that means, Ryan. It's time to introduce our marching band.
Ah, the Seed and Feed Marching A's.
That's the Marching Abominable. Apparently, whoever made the rundown sheet can't spell abominable, and I can barely say it.
I would have misspelled it. I could have sworn there was a D in there somewhere.
You know, they're not that abominable, actually. I think they're quite good.
I think they are, too.
Oh my goodness. We are now down at Fraggle Rock. It is the actual Fraggles from the TV show. Catherine Mullen and Karen Burrell.
Fraggles in hand.
Or underhand, as it were.
As the case
may be. Or overhand. The Atlanta Lolita Company coming up next. And they're wearing fancy clothes and blowing bubbles. I have no banter prepared for this. Fancy clothes, blowing bubbles.
Blowing bubbles and fancy clothes. Really, isn't everyone in the parade wearing fancy clothes?
Yes, they are.
Of a sort?
Actually, some of them don't consider them clothes. Some of them consider them to be costumes. Other consider them to be just what they wear. Oh, here comes the Whedon track. I heard that was canceled, but apparently we're not on Fox.
In the Whedonverse parade, you'll get to know and like some of the characters, and then at the end of the parade, 4 of them will die.
Well, that's better than the Game of Thrones coming up next, where one of them may die during the parade. Unexpectedly. Try not to like anybody in the Game of Thrones lineup in the parade, or they may be lost before they make the turn in International.
Brown coats bringing up the rear of the Whedonverse track.
Okay, Ryan, say it with me. Science.
Science!
Science! We are not blinded because we have a neutral density filter on the camera. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the periodic table.
The periodic table is coming
Type
up.
Type 1 elements, free electron with every purchase.
You know, helium was really excited to be in the parade, but the other noble gases didn't react.
No, I think they're introverts. Hafnium is here. Copper. Yes. Thank you, science, for blinding me with your sun.
There's gold. Hey, you! It's gold. Hey, you. Gold. Hey, you. See what I did there? See?
We apparently are made of them, which means a lot of felt, a baby stroller, and some paper signs. I believe that parade group really matters.
This vehicle has the Flying Spaghetti Monster, Cthulhu.
Who is? Why is he walking? My belief is now diminished.
My sanity is shattered.
Driving in the backseat of a BMW Spaghetti Monster. Coming up next, Tolkien track, Arms of Middle-earth. All right, so the walking section of this parade will now take 2.5 hours long and will feature majestic mountain scenery.
And it will be very thoroughly described.
We white balanced off of that Gandalf, by the way. That's why the footage looks so good.
He was gray at the beginning of the parade.
Well, see, we white balance it at a small percentage of gray so that it really doesn't wash out so much.
That's good.
It's a trick you'll learn on the internet. Have you seen my ring, by the way?
Yes, it's mine. You can't have it.
Oh, really?
It's mine.
It's kind of precious to me.
Mine. I want it.
The elves showing up whenever they darn well please.
Right.
I hear that's a thing.
They are headed west, as they should be.
They may actually be headed west.
Right?
I'm directionally challenged at the moment, for I do not have Google Maps on my microphone.
Oh, there's a battle going on down the street.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's a Home Depot beatdown. There's a bunch of kids yelling fight at random people in the street. I don't know if this is a good lesson. Teach us better lessons, Internet.
It's all right. They were planning to fight anyway. It's all right.
It was live. There was action. And they may not actually be those people, so they were possibly playing roles.
So that would make it live
action
role-playing action. Live. I like
LARPA.
You're better wetter.
LARPA has twice as much action. Well, she's got to spend the rest of the parade not walking, according to the rules of the LARP. Coming up next,
the Captain Planet group.
You know, Captain Planet, did they get together with the Airbenders?
That would make their jobs a lot easier if they
did. It would,
actually. It would represent all of the elements and...
Making trees. Making trees.
Making trees.
Apparently, Adidas Stormtrooper may knock us out. Mama said he might possibly knock us out. Along with some cardboard troopers.
Some cardboard Star Wars, cardboard Mon Calamari.
It's a box trap, by the way. He leaves a little stick under it.
Right.
Catches lobsters, I think.
Cardboard
Box of
Boba
Fett,
Fett,
ladies and gentlemen, Box of Fett.
Leading
He's
into
made
the
of large
Harry Potter
hinged lid containers. He's not only currently a consumer, he's also post-consumer. All right, Harry Potter up next, which means we're probably into the young adult.
Young adult literature.
Is, by the way, more than Harry Potter. We have the Hunger Games. They look like they ate a healthy breakfast.
May the odds be ever in your favor.
Ladies and gentlemen, Larry Niven. I'm just going to say that over and over again because I love saying Larry Niven. Because that means Larry Niven is at DragonCon.
Which is awesome.
Larry Niven.
The
they
Jurassic
must
Park
go
crew?
faster, but they can't. And And that is made in, oh my gosh, it's a racer from Wreck-It Ralph. It's going to melt before it makes the turn at International. Are there spinners on that? I think they put spinners.
Spinny rims, I love it.
That means we're into Disney, ladies and gentlemen. Why aren't the Stormtroopers in the Disney part of the parade now?
Really, Disney, I think, at this point owns about 75% of the intellectual property of this parade.
I think I'm going to be bought out by Disney before the end of the day. But that's okay, Ryan, because then we'll get to work together, and it's a small world, after all.
After all.
Ladies and gentlemen, Once Upon a Time is at DragonCon, which makes it Once Upon a DragonCon.
Once Upon a Time, which is, of course, kind of the adult version of Disney.
And there's a zombie... I'm sorry, is that Zombie Disney? That's Zombie Disney.
Yep, Zombie Rapunzel and Zombie Ariel.
Under the sea, everything's deader, down where it's wetter, under the sea. Na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na.
Na-na-na-na-na-na-na. Batman.
I wasn't going to sing it because then we'd have to pay royalties.
Right. It looks like Tony Stark is driving the Batmobile.
Wait a minute.
I guess if you're Tony Stark,
Batman,
you might as well just buy
Batman really needs to get a better keyless entry system on that thing. Oh, actually, there is no keyless entry. He never puts the top up.
Well, if you keep it in the cave all the time.
Oh, wait a minute. That was a Marvel DC crossover. I don't think that's allowed.
Batman surfing
they just
as well.
wrote fanfic. Stop it. All right, bad shark repellent. Where was that Batman with the shark repellent when Sharknado came out? Why did Batman not stop the Sharknado?
There are some evil sharks.
They're on Sci-Fi. Coming up next, Batman's motorcycle is on a float.
Now, is that the Tumblr, or is the Tumblr's the...
Tumblr is where you post inappropriate pictures of people that were in Pacific Rim.
Right.
That is a very large motorcycle.
That is a...
Superheroes, this is your thing, Ryan. I'm going to let you drive this.
All right, here we go. We've got Superman, Green Lantern, Cyclops, Cyborg, more Green Lanterns, Blue Lanterns, Luke Cage.
Nick Cage? Wasn't he? Luke Cage.
Luke
Sorry.
Cage.
Okay. Cage match? Were you doing wrestling now? Oh, Luke Cage, right.
Luke
Sorry.
Cage. Luke Cage.
I'm on it now.
Nick Cage chose that name because of Luke Cage.
I did not know that.
That's a true story. Totally true story.
That you just made up.
That I just made up.
Okay, then. I love those. Those are the best. By the way, 87% of statistics are just made up on the spot.
I've heard that before, except
Actually,
I heard it was 36.
Yeah, okay, I think you're right.
There's an Orion in there. There's a Grim Reaper in there. See, I love it when we
should get Doc Ock on our camera crew, because he could run all of the cameras at once, and I could get rid of like 5 volunteers. Save so much time.
So now you're downsizing your crew already.
Well, it is the modern economy.
All right.
Actually, they're all volunteers,
Deadpools,
so I'm exploiting
Penguins.
them. I'm suddenly the 1%. Why am I not Batman? Oh, my parents are still alive.
Just get you a Lucius Fox and some gadgets, and you'll be in business.
All right. I'm Morgan Freeman. Why am I in the snow with the penguins? I could have done this from a sound booth.
I have a soothing voice.
Remember, don't make assumptions, because assuming makes an ass out of you and Ming. Oh, it's Blade. He is the Daywalker. Good for him. I am the Day Stander, and I am sweating profusely.
The Judge Dredd crew keeping us safe.
Are we being judged by his chin? I think his chin is judging us.
I am the law. After the Judge Dredd truck, we've got the Cardboard Heroes. I'm a big fan of the box heroes. I always think they look amazing. One of those judges has a baby stroller. Can they do that?
Gotta start him young. Bizarro box Superman, which means he's made of pre-consumer material.
Ooh. You just blew my mind.
Box bump, box bump. That's right. They don't fist bump, they box bump.
They box bump.
Captain America featured in last year's Masquerade. An amazing set of dancing girls. And they are parading in heels, which is incredible.
That is an impressive feat.
Okay, coming up next, we have
patriotic.
a Ted doll dressed as Captain America.
That's beautiful.
I hope they don't make a movie out of that. Wait, now I kind of wish they do. We know some of these Captain Americas. The armory is here. Don't worry, they've peace bonded. Well, pretty much that entire truck. It may not even go off-road anymore. That's right, shoot out the traffic lights. Nobody here in Atlanta looks at them anyway. And never bring a tank to a Hummer fight, or a Hummer to a tank fight. Or just, really, if the armory's showing up, just be nice and shake their hands and bring them cupcakes.
Yes, give them what they want. They have their own track here at DragonCon.
It's right there, actually. They're driving it.
They have 2 tracks at the
One on the left and one on the right. Makes it easier to steer. The 300 are here. I wish we could fight in the shade, Ryan, because it's incredibly hot.
Could you guys shoot some arrows now?
This is the perfect costume, by the way, for Atlanta weather. Those are sweat-wicking capes, by the way.
Which is
they're made of over armor.
Over armor. I like that. That's good. So that means we're deep in the ancient world portion of the parade right now.
So long ago. Back before we had cameras, which is why we have to do this historical reenactment.
This portion of the parade will be a series of paintings.
Someone brought an eternal flame to the parade. That wasn't necessary, ma'am. It's hot enough as it is.
The Society for Creative Anachronism.
I was in a society for non-creative anachronisms. It was just really a lot of people hitting rocks with other rocks.
Society for Drab Anachronisms?
Yes. It's very dark.
Bland
they haven't invented fire yet. My LED flashlight got me shunned from the organization.
Oh, dark times, dark times.
But it was free with a coupon from Harbor Freight. Why would I not bring it? I see the parade banners also made the clearance of the street lights. Very good.
Some of the combatants from the SCA. Maybe we'll get a demonstration in a moment or two.
You know, if they had one more letter, we could do a YMCA parody.
SCA. Doesn't scan right.
It would be SWAC-CA. You're in the SWAC-CA. And then just 4 minutes of people hitting each other in disco costumes. Because now disco's an anachronism. Unless you're Madonna or Daft Punk. Fantasy literature up next. Literature, which also means that coming up next will be the Wheel of Time, which should have been at the beginning of the parade and also at the end.
At the end.
Huh. How'd they get in the middle? Doesn't make any sense.
The Wheel of Time section of the parade will actually go on really long as well.
And then another group will come and finish it for them.
Right.
Actually, I miss having Robert Jordan at DragonCon. He was a really good guest.
Another SCA battle going on down there.
USA Knights.
Oh, USA Knights.
Which is a very creative anachronism since we stopped using knights long before the United States was formed. Unless probably they changed that in one of those Assassin's Guild games. I just, or Creed or whatever. I can't keep up with all of the video games on the PlayStations and the Xbox Zeros or whatever they're calling it now.
Give people just enough history to confuse them. They have with them a wagon full of extra equipment. That's also where they can load the injured.
Assuming the injured have been dismembered because it's a very small wagon.
It is a bit small.
Very small wagon. Oh my goodness. It's a different kind of Spartan. We're now into gaming, which means, oh, look at all the halos.
Now these Spartans versus the 300 Spartans, who'd you put your money on?
I'm gonna go with the people wearing full body armor with futuristic weapons.
and automatic
spaceships.
firepower. Yeah.
They will fight in the shade of their giant drop ships.
They will fight in the shade and air conditioning.
Well, it actually is. There's fans in the suits. I mean, there's fans of the suits and fans in the suits to keep them cool.
Right. And they're fans.
Yeah.
As well.
The problem is if they don't take that little glowing sword out of their hands and they fist bump, the spectators take a lot of damage.
Tragic. Really.
Dragon Age coming up next. We only know this because there's a banner.
That's right.
But also I do recognize some of the costumes from the many TV commercials of games I have not bought because I have no free time.
Are you not a Dragon Age player?
I stopped playing video games at Civilization 2. I was disappointed anytime I couldn't take a species from cave to rocket ship in 3 or 4 days that I should have been studying. A lot of Mass Effect here. Mark Meer, the Commander Shepard voice, is here at DragonCon.
Oh, excellent.
Got to talk to him yesterday. Fantastic guest. It's a Mario.
Hey.
Mario Warfare crew has shown up. Find them on the YouTubes. What is Qbert saying?
We cannot repeat it.
Dirtiest character ever in video games. He's always being censored.
Qbert. Oh, Qbert. There's kids in this parade, Qbert.
I'm a little rusty on my Qbertese. And we got some Minecraft going on. Is a Minecraft a subset or superset of cardboard box stormtroopers? Where's that in the Venn diagram of cardboard? Actually, it wouldn't be a Venn diagram. It would just be like a lot of boxes that intersect.
It would be overlapping squares.
Yes, it would.
Like one of those Facebook quizzes. How many boxes are in this picture?
I don't know.
How many triangles? How many... We're being photographed as we narrate the parade. So now I'm narrating the guy photographing me narrating.
I'm making horrible faces for the DragonCon photography staff in the hopes they will not use my pictures. However, in the past, I've been proven wrong by that.
The famous picture of Einstein sticking his tongue out was exactly that. He was trying to not have his picture taken.
Well, where are my patents?
But now it's
I got to work on those.
One of his most famous pictures.
I think this might be alternate history, because I don't remember any of this happening. Oh, wait, Bioshock Infinite, which I think is still going on, hence the name.
Right.
That Big Daddy costume, I love that thing.
That is amazing. That is amazing. Is that undead George Washington?
Oh, here we go. We got us a songbird. Also pulled by a Japanese truck. I think that doesn't fit the whole motif of Bioshock Infinite. That should be an American-made vehicle. You know, they're playing modern music out of that truck. They should be playing an old-timey cover of that song. Something with some record scratching? And not because you were DJing, but because the record's actually old and dusty.
Like the hiss and pop of the old records. I believe some more Assassin's Creed.
Assassin's Creed. I'm not going to turn my back to this parade.
There is a lot of assassins in this parade right now.
If you see a hay bale coming up and it doesn't look like anybody's in it, no, that's not right at all. Oh, here's some science coming up. Portal. They did it for the science.
Aperture Science?
Aperture Science.
We do what we must.
Because we can. Yeah. Next time, let's rehearse so these actually don't, you know, just fall on their face or we step on each other. That would be awesome. Wow. So there's 40,000 Warhammers coming up? Who wrote this?
Man, that is a lot of Warhammers.
That's a lot. I don't see any hammers.
40.
I would expect more hammers.
And there's supposed to be 40,000 of them.
Is there a Captain Warhammer? I would love to see that as a crossover cosplay. Captain Warhammer. Somebody get on that. Internet.
Oh, that is a genius crossover. You just gave out someone a free costume idea.
Free costume idea. Although I have heard that there was actually somebody cosplaying this year's the DragonCon TV logo. I have to go find them.
That is amazing. The Drow making an appearance.
A rare daytime appearance.
Yeah.
Once a year they come out and
really painful for them.
Why would I would expect more sunglasses on the Drow. Or do they only wear their sunglasses at night?
Do they even have sunglasses? Would they need sunglasses?
Good question.
Would an underground culture ever invent sunglasses?
What edition D&D rules do you want to refer to answer that question?
Let's check
Oh, we don't have time for that, Ryan. It's time for the Transformers.
Oh, right, Transformers.
You would think that he would walk through the parade, but no, he decided to drive.
This is actually a great chance to get a good view of the vehicles that's not being shot through shaky cam.
Ooh, that was actually stable. We're not going to go back and edit in like shaky cam later on. So one time you see Bumblebee actually on level ground.
One continual shot.
I could kick the tripod a little bit if we want to recreate it. But no, let's move on to the rest of animation. We are currently assembling our minions.
Oh, it looks like a Venture Brothers group.
Oh, the minion with the alarm hat. Dee-doo, dee-doo, dee-doo. It's great. And we have a mix of minions. Now, here's the thing. Are the minions that are in Despicable Me the same level of minion as in Venture Brothers? Now, or are they in two different unions?
Now, some of the Venture Brothers minions are surprisingly competent.
I would catch them as henchmen, actually, wouldn't I?
Yeah, they are, in fact, henchmen.
Where is that on the pay grade scale? I think the minion's pretty much lower down than the henchmen.
Yes.
Oh, who are you going to call?
Ernie Hudson.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be Ernie Hudson. And he brought friends. I'm a little afraid, Ryan. Weren't they shut down by the health department?
Yeah, they brought their own guy from the...
Oh, Admiral Akbar is a Ghostbuster. And he's carrying a trap. It is for once actually a trap.
It's a trap. Now, this is the Georgia contingent of Ghostbusters?
Yes. The rules down here must be different than in New York City.
Well, I was going to say they're extremely good at their job. I have never seen a ghost anywhere in Georgia.
But here's the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. Although, actually, I think now, due to dietary restrictions, he is made of Splenda.
Nobody steps on a church in our town.
That would take a really long time, actually, in Atlanta. He'd be a busy, busy marshmallow. They must have franchised, because there's an acre of these Ghostbusters. I think through deregulation, the Ghostbusters can actually operate a bit more freely.
Well, there was concern of them having a monopoly on the ghost-busting business.
So are there now Ghostbusters, Ghost Trappers?
Yes.
Is there one on the Sci-Fi channel and one on the History channel? Is that how this works?
Yeah,
That would explain a lot.
Apparition Eliminators.
I like the fact now we're making reality shows about things that don't exist. And Netherworld, our local haunted house, reminding you that Halloween is just a few months away.
These guys always have amazing costumes and effects. A lot of their crew working on The Walking Dead.
Yes. Hey, you pretend to be a dead guy. Why don't you come and pretend to be a dead guy with us? What's your experience? Boo, grr, you're hired.
I guess you can't cast them with actual experience at being dead.
That would be difficult. Although you would get around a lot of workman's rules in the state of Georgia if you could just actually hire dead people.
That's true. Now, would that come under employment or props?
That's a great question. I think that's a question for accounting. We'll talk to them later.
Okay.
Your key grip doesn't have a hand. How does that work? All right, Brian, did we have any banter written for this? Because I'm not seeing any on the sheet.
Well, I'm amazed at the subtlety of this particular float.
It's hard to tell what they're trying to express here. I see they have Bane working the loudspeaker today. That's good.
I don't know what he's saying, but he does not sound happy about it.
Or this is a drive-through restaurant that they've stolen.
I wanted a small fries.
And, ladies and gentlemen, it's a very large whatever that is. That's coming extremely close to us. Very close to us, actually.
Oh, he has to go around the Baker Street sign.
Now, this is what we talked about with clearance issues before. Always know the clearance of your giant inflatable green monster. And that is not a euphemism.
We have clearance, Clarence.
Roger, roger.
And he's headed back on the correct vector, Victor.
Roger, roger. Sorry, I was quoting Star Wars Episode 1. which I'm never going to do again.
Please, never. No, thank you. No more.
Dark Hunter, again, in the wrong environment, bright daylight.
Hey, they get out into the sun once a year, whether they need it or not.
Notice that sign doesn't say Hudson Hawk, it just says Hawk. Completely different guy.
Right. But they love him.
Because he's not Hudson Hawk.
What do you got against Hudson Hawk?
Have you seen the movie?
Yes! The movie's great.
I rest my case.
I said good day, sir.
Good day. All right, blood drive, ladies and gentlemen. If you haven't heard about it, there are better ways to giving blood than being an extra on True Blood. The blood drive is fantastic, and we have officially the largest blood drive in the country, thanks to the volunteers and attendees of DragonCon.
You would expect to see a line of vampires trailing behind this bus.
Well, actually, we're using a prism and a mirror, so we can't, actually. They're right there, but because we used a mirror and a prism, we actually can't see them.
They don't show up on film anyway.
No,
so
they don't, really.
There could be a giant line, and you wouldn't know.
We wouldn't know. That's why there's so much space before we get to the next set of the parade. And the Crew Shadows fairies are out. The Crew Shadows are promoting Voltaire. It's a good partnership. I like that.
It's a natural fit, really. I would imagine they go through a lot of sunscreen.
Oh, really? Really? You know what it is? It's good that you're always on his mind.
King of next. V is for, well, V in this case. You know, the sunglasses built into the costume really work for the parade.
It does.
I think they're blue blockers.
I never watched V. I missed the first 4, so
yeah.
I felt like I'd be.
Are you sensitive to rodents being? Well, never mind. Let's not talk into that. You worked at Disney for a while, so you probably wouldn't like what happens to the mice.
I love the mice.
They don't sing, but yeah. Anyway.
I love the mouse.
Kingham next, whatever that is.
I think we're in our alternate history and steampunk.
Are we? That's why I don't remember that ever happening before. And again, parasols, great. Goggles, only a few people are wearing them. This guy in the front, for instance, is wearing his goggles.
Actually has them on.
Oh, he has a goggle and an eye patch. It's a good combination. That means he can survive the sun. Everybody else has them on their head and their hat, and they're out in direct sunlight. Really, this is the perfect time to use the goggles, unless they do nothing.
It might be an unfortunate time to be in full Victorian formal wear, though.
I agree. Global warming has progressed quite rapidly since the 1800s.
The steampunks have to be back inside in time for tea.
Oh, yes. And again, we're going to do the rest of this parade route with our pinkies out on our microphones.
Pinky out?
Because it's proper. It's
Pinky out.
British. By the way, Professor Elemental, Chap Hop Rapper, is appearing this year at DragonCon for the first time.
I met him yesterday.
He is quite the fellow.
He's delightful.
He has been featured on DragonCon TV previously. Now you can see him in the live, in the flesh, in the analog. Have tea with the man. He keeps it at his booth.
Very nice.
Quite proper.
I saw him host a tea duel yesterday.
Oh, tea duel. He's street tea dueling, by the way. He's hardcore.
Yeah.
Assuming there's such a thing as hardcore in Chap Hop. This steampunk had to bring his own beard. That's really unfortunate.
It's like a steampunk dwarf, I think.
Moving forward through time, slightly.
Steampunk
okay, well, I
Jedi.
love what's coming up next. Steampunk Tetris, ladies and gentlemen.
That is amazing.
Because that fits in well with your interpretation of history.
Now, is
No, don't all join up. You'll disappear from the parade. Don't all get there. Oh, they're gone. Wait, no, they're still here.
Is it steampunk Tetris? Isn't that Minecraft? That's Minecraft.
I believe you are correct. They don't look Russian enough to be steampunk Tetris. And they're definitely not rushing through this parade. They're taking their time to pose for photos.
The bagpipes right behind them will keep the Tetris song from being stuck in your head the rest of the day.
In Soviet Russia, block stacks you. That's right, I made a Yakov Smirnoff joke in 2013.
Yes, you did.
That's what we call comedy.
I love your topicalness.
Speaking of Smirnoff, how was your evening, Ryan?
Remarkably unsmirnoffied.
Oh, well, good for you.
That's why I'm doing all right in the sun this morning.
Coming up next, Star
The
Trek.
Star Trek group.
Now, I hear there's a Borg car. That either means that there was an assimilation, meaning that another car company got bought out, or somebody decorated a car like a Borg. I'm not sure which. We'll have to wait and see what happens.
Frontierland Star Trek. And the red shirt has an arrow in him. Of course. Of course he does. That's kind of fabulous.
Actually, he's going to die of dysentery later.
Right.
And somehow the Northview, I don't remember Northview High School being canon in Star Trek.
They're part of the J.J. Abrams reboot.
Oh, that would explain the lens flares off of the drums.
Right.
I like the fact that drummers have brought camelbacks. They're experienced.
Smart move.
You know, I don't believe this, but we have a Skeptics track.
I'm not so sure.
Huh.
You're going to have to prove it to me.
Well, Exhibit A, the Skeptics track. Brought a banner.
All right.
Then it's documented, therefore it's science. Because if you don't write it down, as Adam Savage said, you're just screwing around.
And Velma from Scooby-Doo with the Skeptic track. I like that. That's
I like
actually
to support the spelling bee costumer.
nice.
Although it's a bit foggy around that sign.
So we've got a beekeeper, we've got a geologist, we've got the monkey promoting the teaching of evolution.
And by the way, this definitely has to be evolution because looking at our commentary, we didn't intelligently design anything today.
Clearly not.
Science helps me solve mysteries. If you guys all study hard in school, you can help me too.
She's right.
She is definitely correct. Help solve mysteries.
You could go to 8 years of school to become a scientist to find out that it was really Old Man Johnson from the abandoned amusement park.
Really just got to clean out all those amusement parks. There's a lot of them around.
Marvin has his uranium Q-36 space rocket modulator.
The space modulator?
Ah.
Indubitably. We'll see you on Sunday at the Masquerade. Indeed.
Battlestar Galactica, which means BSG, we get to have the fight of which kind of Cylon do you like best? The kind that looks like a human, the kind that looks like CGI, or the kind that's really hot to wear out on the street?
I like the classic look.
Classic look is good.
Classic look is good. With the Knight Rider eye on the front. Battlestar Galactica, great mix of the original series and the new series.
Very nice. So said they all. They apparently did say that. Fans for Christ coming up. Another conglomeration of costumes. We're basically joining their common interest rather than a common fandom. Notice that the Skeptic tracks went way ahead of this so they don't get into an argument.
I guess they have to keep them separate.
Game of Thrones coming up. Oh, I liked that bear. Oh, he's already dead and stuffed on a pole. Oh, that's so sad. You know what I don't see in this parade? There's only one dragon. Where are the other two? Where are the dragons?
They're circling above.
Oh, they're getting aerial footage.
They're also really hard to animate, so it's just cheaper for the production of the parade to only do one at a time.
Just going to show the one dragon over and over again. The Battlestar Galactica track was actually already passed, so reusable Viper footage is already a known thing.
Excellent. The G.I. Joe crew coming up.
G.I. Joe.
G.I. Joe, Cobra Commander.
You know what I know?
What do you know?
That's about a half the battle.
Ah. Red and blue lasers is the other half of the battle.
Evenly divided across the remaining 50%. It's on a T-shirt. It must be true. You know, I'm wondering if G.I. Joe actually has to respawn their weapons because they have a history of not actually being able to shoot anything.
Right.
Unless, of course, it's, you know, characters from the first G.I. Joe movie, in which case they're pretty accurate.
There was a lot more Cobra than G.I. Joe. Should we be worried?
Yeah, I would.
Now here comes the Road Warrior crew. If any of them throw a boomerang, do not try to catch it.
No. Apparently, global warming has gone unnoticed in Australia. I think we can now call Road Warrior alternate history because nobody in the future would drive a car that used that much gas. Apparently there's a zombie. He's named Stan, and he's back.
There he is. Stan the zombie. No,
He's back in gray. He's back in gray.
Should we tell the zombie hunter truck that there is at least 2 zombies, 3 zombies,
actually.
4 zombies
5, sir.
Directly in front of them?
I think they're on it. They may just have a truck full of zombies, and they just have to walk these back. These are free range, by the way. They're much healthier.
Zombies.
You don't want the one. Coming up next. We got a little bit more zombie coming up, I think. Zombie Outbreak Response Team. They have their lights on for safety. And also to attract a larger number of zombies, apparently, because they didn't watch The Walking Dead.
A lot of zombie hunting vehicles, but,
you know,
but even without vehicles, remember, cardio is important.
Cardio is important. The Umbrella Corporation, no top on their car, so that's why they carry an umbrella.
Oh, is there anything more tragic than child zombies?
Well, they can eat a lot smaller diets.
That's true. They don't need as many brains.
The Georgia Conservancy sponsoring a zombie hike.
A natural fit. Oh, poor zombie fishermen. Oh, zombie fishermen.
You know where zombie fishermen catch their fish?
Where?
Drains. Storm drains.
Yes, thank you. I don't know how to respond to that.
Oh, it's the village people as zombies because Disco is dead.
Zombie village people.
You know, if one of them loses an arm, they can't do the YMCA.
Oh, that would be tragic.
That's why when I heard him do it earlier, it was the IMCA. Ladies and gentlemen, it works every time. It's Lando Calrissian and Billy D. Williams.
Hey, how you doing, Chewbacca?
You know what I found interesting? Again, got in the Wikipedia hole researching Billy D. Williams. He does his own voice on Robot Chicken.
That is fantastic.
I love that. Let's not alter the parade.
Pray we don't alter it any further. These two, they really bring the parade together, man.
They do, actually. Ties the whole thing together. Ladies and gentlemen, apparently you can drink and play video games. Who knew? Oh wait, everybody that has an Xbox or a Wii. Darth DJ Vader.
DJ Vader.
That's what the buttons on the front do. They trigger sound effects.
Oh, that's what that is.
I think it's about a 50-watt Vader.
Vader's on Jabba's barge, which I find suspicious.
Nice. Watch out for that pothole. Oh, wait, that's a Sarlacc pit.
Oh, no.
Sorry. Does that mean Star Wars is coming up?
I think we're getting into the Star Wars group here. The Sith seem to be leading the group.
Well, really, would you want the Sith behind you the entire parade?
No, I would not.
Let's be honest.
I thought there was only 2 Sith at a time. Now there seems to be a whole bunch of them.
But we've got them clustered together. I think we're way into the Old Republic at this point. Although it is hard to read the Sith rulebook when the guy's trying to write it and he's like, eh. And then the next guy tries to write it and falls over dead. Third guy falls over dead. Mandalorian mercs. How much did we have to pay them to show up?
Well, actually, they're extorting us. We're paying them to not kill everyone here.
Oh, is that legal?
No, it's extortion. That's,
Oh, okay.
That is,
let's just check it.
by definition, that's a crime.
Okay, good point.
Oh, they've caught one unfortunate Jedi.
Oh, too bad. You know, if you leave the lightsaber in his pocket, he could probably pull it out using the Force.
He might just be playing possum. I think he's got it.
No, he's actually dressed up as a Jedi. We did the comics already. Guardians of the Galaxy had their opportunity. Oh, that's a raccoon. I'm sorry.
I see.
I got to catch up on this Marvel stuff more.
Mandalorian caught a science officer from the Federation.
Science? Wow. You're in the wrong canon. Come with me. I'm going to sell you to Abrams. He needs you in the sequel. Man, there are a lot of these guys.
There are a lot of
and
Mandalorians.
Some of them are female. It's hard to tell under all that armor. And we're balancing the Force with putting all the Jedi in one place on the parade.
Good.
I guess that balances out the heavy number of monsters in the early part of the parade.
Yes. And they're bringing up towards the rear of the parade so that we've got, they can clear the streets of any
leftover monsters. It's nice to see that
monsters.
since George Lucas has retired, he's had so much time to come out and visit our parade. Oh, wait, that's a cosplayer. That Qui-Gon Jinn cosplayer is very accurate. He has no facial expressions whatsoever.
That's right.
Looks just like he did in Episode 1.
Some of the pilots here. Fly casual, guys.
Oh, look,
Fly
the baby
casual.
dressed up as an Ewok. Oh, it's so adorable. And they're keeping it away from the stormtroopers who are coming up next. First, we start with the kilted trooper.
Several kilted troopers. So the Empire has regiments from all over the galaxy,
They do,
clearly,
actually.
including Scotland.
Clan clone. Don't say that 5 times fast. It's not going to work out. All right, 501st starting out with the clone troopers. The Power Rangers of the Star Wars universe.
They're color-coded, so you can identify who they are.
Exactly. That way, when you put them back in the box, you can organize them by that Roy G. Biv thing.
Yeah, right. Some Tusken
I would
Raiders.
really hate to be the Chartreuse Trooper, though. That would...
And it gets to be like a Reservoir Dogs thing.
Oh, yeah.
Why do I have to be Trooper
Mr. Pink, Mr. Blue.
I don't want to be Trooper Pink.
I just want them all the clone troopers should have on name tag say Django. My name is Django. My name is Django. My name is Django.
I wonder how they...
By the way, I love this costume.
Oh, that is fantastic.
You really should get a doctor to look at that.
The Ewoks. They're like teddy bears with rabies.
That's basically... I think that the Ewoks are basically a prequel to Ted.
Oh, I think you're right.
Yeah, I do love the Muppet Troopers.
Muppet Troopers, great.
It's not easy being green and white.
How do you think Stormtroopers feel about their job security knowing that the Empire literally grows them?
Are they free range at that point, or are they cage free?
I don't know if they're free range troopers or not.
Ah, it's important to know. Soylent White is Trooper. Imperial Guard.
Darth Vader making an appearance.
Why does Darth Vader need a guard? I've never figured that out. I've never figured out why Darth Vader needs like a personal attaché of guards. Like they sent him out with 2 TIE Fighter pilots in Episode 4, and it's like, I'm Darth Vader.
Right,
Come
I don't
on.
need it.
What's going on here? All right. If Jar Jar only comes once a year, I'm happy. I got to say that right now.
Jar Jar is Santa. That is making my brain hurt.
Way to ruin my childhood. Thanks. Trooper's on vacation. It's nice.
Golfing trooper.
He can't hit a shot, though, man.
For a moment, I was thinking it was like a Hunter S. Thompson stormtrooper.
We can't stop here. This is Sith country. Jabba the Hutt has lost some weight.
Yeah, looking
what
good,
are you doing,
Jabba.
Pilates?
Looking
That's awesome.
good. And it looks like
the Druish princess showed up.
Oh, very nice.
Nicely done.
Very nice.
Sneaking in, no one will notice she's from a different franchise. It's actually a parody. Coming up next, a large pile of trucks and a police escort, which means we're at the end, once again, of the 2013 DragonCon parade. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for sweating with us in person and watching us in the comfort of an air-conditioned room on the internet. If you're watching this on the hotel rebroadcast, you can see it again on Video DragonCon, where you can also see our interviews and various features about our great convention. Ryan, thank you very much for joining me.
Brian, thanks very much for having me.
I'm going to go buy a T-shirt at the dealer's room and change into it because I'm sweating profusely. Thanks, and have
I'm going to go take a shower
day.
if I can survive an elevator ride.